Well, it's been quite a week of juggling various commitments. This evening I'm going to be drawing live at a music gig, which will be the first time in quite a while. And before that, I have some stage designs to complete for Phoebe Bridges' upcoming tour. I'm going to be drawing a proscenium arch to be projected on screens framing the stage as the band plays, which should look really interesting. And of course I'm still carrying on with The Little Prince. I'm now up to chapter 7, getting into the heart of the pilot, learning more about the mysterious little boy that he's encountered in the desert. But before all that, just my daily pause and contemplation. And it's been a fascinating experiment setting up the Patreon account with Katie and Harry, and enjoying the support all of you have pledged over the last few months. It's been wonderful. And I don't want any of you to feel in any way that this has to be an ongoing commitment. Completely understand in these difficult times that economies need to be made, and this is just one aspect of life, art, but an important one. And I know that both Katie and Harry have been enormously grateful for the support that this Patreon page has given them. I'm too old and past it to really need that sort of support, but as a young artist and as a young musician, the two of them are just starting their creative lives, and this has been a real eye-opener for them. And I think they've really enjoyed it. As do I, and I've certainly from my point of view, it's been lovely to chat with Katie and talk about all things related to art, and just enjoy some time drawing for the fun of it. And I think that's been a real sort of pleasure. And we shall enjoy continuing it. We started in the spirit of let's just see what Patreon is all about, and whether we like it or not, or what are the pros and cons, as an experiment. And I think we've got to the 3-month mark, and we've all really enjoyed it. It's been a very positive experience, so it's something that I think we are going to continue. And even as I'm talking about this, I find my mind just really isn't on what I'm drawing. So the minute I go into neutral, what happens? A bearded gentleman in a pointy hat turns up. I mean, honestly, I am so predictable. But then this drawing isn't for anything in particular. And yet I suppose as an illustration, one can start to sort of make sense of it afterwards, which is fine. So I've got a feeling this wizardy gentleman has got some sort of story to tell involving the comical bird in the tree. Maybe he's been sold an owl, taken possession of whatever that bird is in the tree and is feeling slightly hard done by. Who knows? It's a story waiting to be written. And in compositional terms, I feel he's balancing the picture. Grasping his magical staff, wizard's staff. And when I'm in Norfolk next, I'll have to show you my, no double entendres please, but my wizard's staff, which is the bough of my beloved pear tree. Pear trees tend to shed their branches from time to time, and this is a very, very elderly pear tree, a very beautiful, elegant tree, and it shed one of its branches last winter, and it was just fantastic. It was beautiful. It just, I sanded it down and varnished it and treated the wood, and it actually is a perfect staff for a wizard. And it sits propped up in the corner of my studio in Norfolk. I've yet to test its magical powers. I'm not quite sure what they might be, but at any moment I feel like a cosplay Gandalf in my woods. And my wife Jo called me this morning from Norfolk. I'm in Brighton. She called me from Norfolk to say that it had been snowing overnight. Quite extraordinary. What is happening to the planet? A question possibly for another time. So this picture is approaching some sort of completion, I think. And I feel it needs to go to a good patron home. So in the way of these things, if you would like me to pop this drawing in the post to you, do just reply in comments, and the first reply I will do include your address, and then I can just pop it in the post to you. I like the idea of sending off random drawings to people far away. It feels really nice. So please do ask if you would like this 4-day drawing. Doesn't look as if it's taken 4 days to draw, but the evidence is on my Patreon page. The Pear Tree Wizard.